Hey, what's up, guys? Here. So unfortunately, it appears that we have now entered a trilogy regarding the FaZe Connect situation. Now, for those who are not aware, FaZe Connect is a VTuber agency that is respected by many for a lot of reasons, including respecting their talents and protecting them from cancel culture and other things for many years now. But over the past couple of days, that reputation has been tarnished because they have been absolutely decimating their own talents, throwing them under the bus, and they have created an unbelievably difficult and controversial situation that we are now talking about. So to give a recap on my previous two videos, basically Minecraft comes out with their 4th or 5th edition of a DLC called Good Trouble that masquerades itself as an educational piece. As we know, a lot of schools, including public schools, are forcing this onto their students. It's not optional for them. And from people who've actually experienced what the DLC includes, it's got really a very small focus on actual historical context. Instead, it promotes protesting in a modern context. And a lot of people had an issue with that, including a FaZe Connect talent named Jelly, who had this to say: "Screw it, man. I think pushing politics in my children's sandbox game is disgusting, especially when it's disguised as education. Let me play my stupid block game without having to engage or associate with any of your stupid political garbage that I literally do not care about." Now, this tweet was deleted, and FaZe Connect would make a statement apologizing for what Jelly said, and they would even go as far as to say, "We do not tolerate racism, hatred, or bigotry in our communities." Now, in my previous video, I said this will backfire because FaZe is known for having some edgy content creators, and they've never really made a statement like this in the past. And I said this new standard will be used against their current talents, including an individual named Clara. Now, as you can see, I just find this interesting. I am preemptively blocked. Now, I talk about this in my second video slated for today. You can block whoever you want, but I just find this interesting that they preemptively blocked me. I've never interacted with this individual, but this Clara person from FaZe is very controversial for good reason. Back in September of last year, the day after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, they made some disgusting posts, okay? Basically encouraging political violence. I talked about this specific thread yesterday, but unfortunately I missed one of the most disgusting posts, okay? So Clara said this: "Oh, I forgot to mention the women who voted for this. I hope you aren't trying to get pregnant and then are so happy when you are, and then they tell you the baby isn't viable and that you need an abortion to save your life, but they won't consider performing one until it's too late, and the sepsis takes over, and now both you and your baby are dead. I really hope that doesn't happen to you, because that would be tragic, wouldn't it?" I'm fighting back a lot of things I want to say, but I'm going to keep it civil. This is disgusting. This is indefensible. And FaZe Connect was aware of all of these statements, not just the glorification of political violence, but this as well, and they said nothing. But when Jelly said, "I don't want politics in Minecraft," they jumped the gun and said, "We condemn this sort of bigotry and racism." Well, here's the people who are celebrating the decision regarding Jelly. A person whose account is titled "Leader of the Anti-FaZe Connect Movement." They're laughing, saying, "You effing losers. F you Jelly, F you Lumi, F you Dizzy, F you Pippa, Clara 1, Clara 1, Clara 1, Woke 1, FU Nazi MFs. Now, this same account has deactivated. I'm sure they're going to come back. This account has been active for like 10 years. I'm sure they're going to resurface again when things calm down. Now, why did they deactivate? Well, step one, the whole situation involving Jelly and the statement by FaZe was big enough to reach Asmongold. The Asmongold effect is real, okay? He made a statement, and spoiler alert, he didn't like it. He didn't like the situation. He thought FaZe made a big mistake. And here's the result. Literally hours later, at 12:37 a.m. on February 6th, so at this point today, FaZe announced that Clara is graduating. What an absolute mess, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute mess. This is terrible. Terrible timing. There's only two realities here. Okay, number one, Clara planned this for many months, and FaZe and or Clara decided the day after the Jelly controversy was the best time to finally announce this. And by the way, Clara has not streamed in months. Okay? So I guess it couldn't wait until now. Or option two, this was the side effect, the collateral damage of their previous statement. And the backlash, including for people like Asmongold, highlighting what they did wrong. They're both bad. Okay, they're both atrocious. Terrible decisions. And here's some of the reactions, and this is me. This is me right here. I warned against this. I knew Jelly's punishment would be used as a new standard against their current and I guess now former talents. And here's some of the replies saying, people in the replies forgetting she made fun of Charlie Kirk's assassination. Like, son, it took you months to finally do this. Wow, Fishman, referring to the CEO. Good job. Another corpo for the wood chipper. Long overdue. Charlie Kirk right there. There are decades where nothing happens. Then there are days where decades happen. R.I.P. Clara. Total chud victory. Gets criticized by Asmon once. Effing dies. Won't be missed, but your model was hot too. That's what people are saying. Here's another quote saying, this should have happened back in September. Unfortunately, it only happened because of Asmongold. You're late, and you're not getting support this time. Here's another one saying, good riddance. Usually I don't celebrate this kind of stuff, but she celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk. Whether you agree with the things he said or not, celebrating the murder of a father is unforgivable. Then we have this quote saying, can't believe this is the guy responsible for getting rid of this demon and saving FaZe Connect. Now, Clara herself would quote the graduation announcement saying this, I just want to state that this is a decision I made in mid-November and had been contemplating for a while before that. I didn't want to draw attention away from my GenMate Memories graduation last month, and we finalized the date earlier this week. Thank you. Really? You don't want to take the spotlight? So the day after your company finds itself in a horrible PR nightmare involving Jelly and the public condemnation of her by her own company, you decide now's the best time. If you really cared about this company, why wouldn't you push it back further? Who cares at this point? Literally, who cares? It doesn't matter. You made your mind up back in November. Okay, great. But why now? This is ridiculous. Okay, I really don't have any empathy for this individual, for the horrific and disgusting things they said about Charlie Kirk and conservatives. Basically, anyone who disagrees with them. It's disgusting. I don't care How many people from FaZe or their fans are mad at me? Whatever. It is what it is. I think this whole situation, from a management level to people like Clara, have been an awful group of decision makers. This is a mess. And people are very upset. This company has been known for protecting their talents and allowing them to have things like edgy humor. And with Clara's previous statements, they let it go. They never addressed it. But now all of a sudden, the day after the Jelly situation and Asmongold bringing to light a lot more attention to what's going on, all of a sudden now Clara graduates. Officially. This is either incompetence or just an intentional jab towards FaZe in a really bad situation for them already. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope this trilogy ends today. I really do hope it ends today, but that's going to do it for today's video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.